What's up?
Hey guys, this is Casey and
Coach Boyd.
we're co-founders of Helping Empower Youth, and we're here on this Giving Tuesday here at the Mother Catherine Hay House, and so we are excited. Shout out to the folks who've already requested a DM for the address. We're kind of hosting an impromptu open house today, so we know a few people missed the ribbon cutting and they can get a chance to come and view the renovations. Still got a little bit of work left to do, but we thought today would be an awesome day for you to come. No pressure to bring a donation, but it is Giving Tuesday, so it'd be nice if you come on out, celebrate with us. It's kind of like a giving party. We're gonna play some music again. Can't do all that stuff because rights and social media, and we kind of want the video to go places. So, but we know this is kind of like the big game for nonprofits, right? Today, right?
Yes.
So the whole world is clamoring for y'all's dollars and attention. I'm trying to make sure you get in there. That's all. I mean, they don't care about the poll over there. So, this is what happens, right? This is why this works. So, hey, for Charlie's birthday, she wants everyone to make a donation to, yes, y'all make a donation in the name of my sweet little niece, Charlie Ray. Today is her 6th birthday, and so you can celebrate by $6, $60, $600, $6,000 if you want to. But we want to make sure that you know that you can come in and make a donation. We're going to throw some links up here to make it easy for you as we kind of go through this. So we'll just throw this one up here for right now. Make it super simple. And we're kind of interchanging them, as we go. But Coach Boyd, tell us a little bit about what you have been specifically working on as it relates to Hay. Like, what's on the horizon for programming for Hay?
Well, Coach Boyd has been working indeed for sure. What's on the horizon is the Hay Homestead across the street here from the Mother. Well, here at the Mother Catherine Johnson House is programming that will be expanding throughout the week as of next week when we'll have youth here. We've been doing it Tuesday through Saturday. Thursday through Saturday. Now we'll be doing Tuesday through Saturday. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Getting more and more kids here, opening the doors up with more types of services and the wraparound services, if you will. We got the washer and dryer working now. Got a couple of little things. I gotta do some re-riggery for the
what is that?
Re-riggery for the dryer vent downstairs. Got to work some things out with that. But once we do that, we will be able to then serve the community by washing clothes.
Yeah.
A lot of our kids need their school uniforms washed. They need their play clothes washed. Also we provide them with hay shirts, sweatshirts. So we need to be washing those as they come and do work every week. Archery was pretty good while we had the weather to do it, right? And we still have some really good fall weather left ahead of us. So hopefully we may get in some shots this week across the street. But like I mentioned before, though, the Hay Homestead across the street, once we're working on clearing a lot of the debris over there. I'll tell you a funny story. There's some leftover mulch across the street that was left from the past plans that were supposed to be going on with the 3 acres across the street, but they never materialized. So we're still going to use the mulch that's there, but along with people dumping things across the street, we've had problems with people coming taking bites out of the mulch pile, right? And so yesterday, actually earlier this week, we come and caught a guy taking a free bite out of the mulch pile, and he was real remorseful about it and everything. And he promised, he said, "Man, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and I'm gonna pay for what I already took." And he said that he would tell me about who he was or whatever. So come yesterday, he came, and he did end up coming back, and turned out to be a pretty cool guy. He's a fellow homesteader, lives in the neighborhood. He likes to, he's into animal husbandry. He's into gardening. Of course, he was obtaining the 5-finger free mulch for his own garden, right? And so, yeah, I end up making a community ally off of that, turning a bad situation into a good one. So that's what we've been working on. Programming.
Yeah, and programming around here we take the word wraparound seriously, because we understand that our young people have varied needs. And ultimately, we want them to ensure that they always, first and foremost, know how to take care of themselves. For a lot of them, that's already built in by the nature of the neighborhoods that they live in, the income level of their families. And so they definitely know how, I guess, to be on trend, how to get it out the mud. And so we want to teach them that literally, not just figuratively at this point too. How do you grow your own food? How do you assess whether or not, the soil and the land that you are living on is safe for you? How do you monetize those things so that you are, self-sustainable?
And even to touch on the what's interesting about the land actually across the street, we won't be able to. It's actually pretty. It's pretty poisoned, right? We won't be able to grow directly into the ground, so we will have to do all
like container
raised
boxes
beds
and
that type of thing. So your direct donations actually now will go to retrofitting, finishing the basement. We have to actually, the house itself has been wonderful, remodeling the house, but the house is more of a memorial space to Miss Johnston, and the actual hands-on programming takes place. The house has a full basement, and it's a great space. It just needs a little TLC. It has some flooding issues, and we of course need the pure equipment it takes. The tables is the next thing. Tables, toolboxes, and hand tools themselves. So even if you cannot donate money today, if you have hand tools or access to hand tools, they are greatly needed. Wrenches, ratchets, sockets, hammers, screwdrivers, saws.
We'll make a list and post it for folks.
Hand
so
tools.
that people, one, know, but two, have a point of reference, to go back to in terms of the things that will help us. And so thank you. You just put it on the table. And so a lot of what Coach Boyd shared is not new necessarily to what we've been doing, but as you all know, within the organization, you scale programming, you add pieces. One, as you have the bandwidth, as you have the fiscal resources to support it. And then sometimes things are dictated by the season, as he alluded to, as we talked about the archery program. And then there's some things that, are still a constant that you all are, maybe more familiar with in terms of what we do here at Hay. And a lot of that, again, he talked about how it's already folded into what we do. The laundry services is there because our young people have a need. We've had conversations, if we're just going to be brutally honest right here, where we have had to tell a young person, I appreciate that you had a chance to wash your body, but if you have not washed your clothes in a month, then nobody knows that your body is clean, right? And so helping them understand that hygiene is beyond just what happens in the shower and brushing your teeth, but also making sure that you have clean clothes and clean shoes and socks and undergarments. That you are washing your hair, that, hair carries smell, which is why we tease some of them. We can smell them a mile away for various reasons, right? Because your hair carries smell. And so, just these conversations that one would assume they should know, or assume that their caregiver should be teaching them, but we can't make that assumption. And so we're there to stand in the gap for so many of them, to ensure that they have what they need. And so the laundry services are available. We have a full bathroom here. So for those who need to take showers, that is available to them. There is a full kitchen here. So if there's ever a time where meals are necessary, we can help provide that for them as well. And really to be a safe option for them. Y'all may know me as the more antagonistic one, if I want to use that word, when it comes to things that are happening here in the city, and being a bit more vocal. But, I'm all for all of the organizations that serve our young people, because they all serve a specific and sincere and necessary purpose. But we know firsthand that some of our young people are not going home when after school doors close at 6 p.m. And not because they're purposely trying to get into trouble, but home is not always the safest space or the most inviting place for them to be in, where the lights are off, or gas or water. Like, who wants to sit in a space like that all day? And so staying open a little longer than most youth serving organizations allow us to provide that option for young people, to ensure that they can choose, they can choose the Mother Catherine house, versus just being in the street and inadvertently and subconsciously getting themselves involved in activities and, different various levels of engagement that don't bode them well, because there was no alternative for them. And so
it's a binary choice. It'll be a either or for the kids that we serve. They'll either be in a place like this, or they will be out there on the street with a firearm in their pocket, unholstered, pants halfway down to their ankles, committing and doing all types of things, as we even seen very recently.
Yeah, I mean, even as you bring that up, definitely our condolences go to that young man and to his family. And I also say our condolences go to the family of the young men who have arrest warrants out for them, because I have yet to meet a child who said that they wanted to grow up to do the things that we see some of them doing. Y'all know me. I'll get into it quick behind these kids, behind these boys. And the last kind of news cycles had city leaders definitely sharing the question that a lot of people ask, like, where are the parents, right? And absolutely there's responsibility that should be there. But I push back a little bit, and I think this is what makes us different. We don't just go along to get along. Like, we absolutely call out what needs to be addressed. And my pushback is, and someone used this term earlier today here on our team, is you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And what I mean is that you have families that are villainized and criminalized for needing government assistance, right? And we tell them to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and to work harder and to do what you need to do. And so then they go and they get 2 and 3 jobs, right? But then you may be a single parent you don't have the disposable income to put your child on extracurricular activities that can help keep them safe. And so they're going to work as you have requested them to do. So, but then they don't have the support to always have eyes and ears on their child. And again, really it's nobody's fault individually. This is a collective challenge that we must rise and meet. And I think the work that we do our best on a granular level, regardless of the programming, regardless of the types of activities or the names that we call it, the goal is to identify what happens when you are Black, when you are male, when you are a teen in this city, and you don't have resources to give you better options. And so we do our best to meet those needs. Even the AJC reported yesterday that Atlanta still is the city that leads in wealth inequality, income inequality. And I posted on my personal pages that ain't new news, right? That's not new for those of us who are in this work. Like, we could have told you that 10 years ago when we were working on Boulevard in Bedford Pines.
The poorest, in the neighborhood that existed
at that time, was the poorest in the state of Georgia.
In the state of Georgia.
Yeah. And you can't find remnants of Bedford Pines anywhere. Like, if you've lived in Atlanta, I'd say less than 7 years, you have no point of reference of what Bedford Pines is, what that even means, right? There is very little traces of it. You have to know exactly which street, which corner, where the small playground is across the street, to know where Bedford Pines used to be, right? All of those folks got displaced, but where did they go? And what are the effects of those young people? Like, dare I say that happens to Thomasville and Forest Cove. I mean, we give people an opportunity. I have the utmost confidence in our current city leadership when it comes to our mayor and to councilperson Jason Winston, who is over District 1, which is where Forest Cove and the Thomasville area sits. And so, we're rooting for them and doing our part to make sure that they're successful and bringing those folks back to a community that they have called home, but in a way that they can afford it. Before I get too much on the tangent, right? Like, literally around the corner, right, on Bankhead, who would have known that there'd be $800,000 townhome sitting on Bankhead? Now, do you really think? Okay, so let's pull this back, because y'all know I can get going, because this is personal for me.
Yeah.
Like, I have embedded my whole entire life and soul into this work. So it's no separation. This is not a job for me. This is life. This is ministry. This is soul work. And so to ignore what happens to our children and their families because they were born in poverty, I just think is a poor excuse. And I'll leave us with this quote, and y'all have heard me say it before. People often tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Dr. King reminded us that it is cruel to ask someone to do that when they have no straps at all. In some instances, some of our children have no boots. And so we have to make sure that we provide options and opportunity for them. So on this day, you all can support all those efforts.
Yes, you can. and we've never really been the finger pointing kind of people. We've been more the way our organization works. We more so identify the need, and we go out and get the job done.
Yeah,
that's pretty much been our mantra and our work ethic. So poverty is going to be here. As long as capitalism is here, there's going to be poor people, right? It's the way that the system works. But I just personally, I just don't like to see those people look like us, look like me.
I'll say it.
I don't. I hate to see somebody that looks like could be my aunt or could be my grandmother walking around disheveled.
Yeah.
I hate to see a kid walking around and feeling like they need to be 13 years old packing a 9mm. They shouldn't feel the need to be armed and worry of being caught up in sex trafficking.
Yeah.
You know, that's my community, and that's the need that I've identified, and that Casey and I have decided to come together and to attack.
Yeah.
And that's what we're at war with. That's what we need your help on Giving Tuesday with.
Yes. So go to the link, make a donation. I remind you all, please don't discount anything that you have to give. Just the sake of doing good business, there's suggested amounts, but literally if it's $1, if it's $2, it makes a huge difference. And so we ask that you support our work today and tomorrow. And this is just a kickoff to a season of giving as we work towards the end of the year to kick off 2023 in a strong way. So if you have young people that you want to get involved in the work that we're doing, we encourage you to go over to our website, send us a note. Let us get connected with you and let you know what's available for your child based on age, so that we can help to inspire, motivate, mobilize them as well to take action that changes their own world. So we will see you again later today, Giving Tuesday until 11:59 p.m. And so we have until then to reach our goal. Again, shout out to the person who made a $500 donation. And so as of right now, we are at, Hadia, what was it, $690? I think we're at $690. So still early in the day, still time. Definitely want to try to at least break $2,500 today to give us a good running start on this $10,000 goal that we have until December 31st. So with that, we'll see you later.
All right.